Thinking about starting a finance career in 2025? If I were in your shoes, I'd do many things differently. When I finished my master's in financial economics at Erasmus University Rotterdam, I thought I had everything figured out. But once I entered the real world, I realized there's a big gap between what you learn in school and what actually helps build a career. The finance industry has transformed rapidly. The tools are different. The job market is more competitive, and employers expect way more than just a degree. So in this video, I'll share 5 things I wish I had done differently. If you're just getting started or thinking about switching to finance, this might save you a lot of time and a few headaches. But first, do me a quick favor. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss valuable career insights. All right, let's get into it. What would I first do differently? I'd stop obsessing over my GPA and focus on real-world skills. In university, I dedicated countless hours to earning top grades, believing that was the surest path to securing a great job in finance. But no one mentioned that your GPA hardly matters after graduation. What truly matters is your ability to do the job. Can you build a financial model in Excel? Can you analyze a company's performance? Can you explain the story behind the numbers? If I were starting in 2025, I'd still take my studies seriously, but I'd invest way more time in learning practical tools like Excel, Power BI, and maybe even Python or SQL. A strong GPA, after all, might help you get an interview, but solid skills, that gets you hired and keeps you valuable. The second adjustment I would make, I'd start networking from day one. When I was in university, I thought networking was something you do after you've built up your skills or landed your first job. But now I know that mindset slows you down. You don't need a fancy job title or perfect resume to start building connections. What you do need is curiosity, a bit of confidence, and a message that shows you're serious about learning. If I were starting today, I'd reach out to people on LinkedIn who are working in roles I'm interested in. I'd send a short, thoughtful message like, "Hi, I'm just getting started in finance, and I'd love to hear how you got into your role. Would you be open to a quick chat?" That's it. No asking for jobs, no awkward sales pitch. Most people are happy to help, especially if you're respectful and clear about your intentions. These conversations can lead to internships, referrals, and long-term relationships. All right, the third step I'd take differently, I'd start building a project portfolio as early as possible. While studying, I focused on theory, solving finance problems in exams, writing papers, and following textbook cases. But what I didn't do enough of was create projects. If I were starting today, I'd put together a few solid but straightforward projects that show I can apply finance concepts in the real world. Examples might include a discounted cash flow valuation in Excel, a personal budget tracker, a Power BI dashboard with insights from financial data, or even a mock portfolio performance review. You don't need 10 projects. You need a few that show you understand the tools and thinking behind real analysis. And here's the key, don't just build them, share them. Post them on LinkedIn, add them to your resume. If you have a personal website or GitHub, that's perfect, include them there too. Because when a hiring manager sees that you've already done the work, you instantly become more than just another applicant. You become someone they can trust to hit the ground running. The fourth change I'd make? I'd still take online courses, but follow a clear learning path rather than jump from one random video to the next. When I first got into online learning, I fell into a common trap. I sampled a bit of everything, but rarely finished anything. Finance basics here, a bit of Excel there, no structure, no real progress. If I were starting in 2025, I'd pick a goal and then build a learning path around it. Let's say I want to become a financial analyst. My roadmap might look like this. 1. Excel for finance. 2. Financial statements and ratios. 3. Corporate finance and valuation. 4. Financial modeling. Then there is interview prep or certification such as CFA. This way, each course builds on the last, and I know exactly why I'm learning what I'm learning. After my master's degree, I went straight into CFA training, and it made sense to me. It added structure, credibility, and depth to my finance knowledge. But is the CFA always the best next step? Not necessarily. It's a serious time commitment best suited for investment management, equity research, or corporate finance roles. If you're entering fintech, data analysis, or accounting, other certifications, or even practical project work might serve you better. So, the key takeaway? Online learning is powerful, but only when tied to your goal. Otherwise, it's just information without direction. The fifth change I'd make? I'd let go of the fixation on landing a job at a big-name company. As a student, I thought success meant working at a top-tier investment bank or a global consulting firm. And while those jobs are great for some people, they're not the only path. Since then, I've learned that smaller companies, startups, and boutique firms often assume much more responsibility earlier. You're not just running reports, you're building them. You're not just sitting in on meetings, you're presenting in them. You learn faster, grow faster, and gain real hands-on experience. And sometimes starting in a smaller, more agile environment can be the thing that sets you apart later on, mainly when you apply to those big-name firms down the line. So, if I were starting in 2025, I'd focus less on the name and more on the quality of experience I'd be getting. Because in the long run, your growth matters more than your business card. So, there you have it. The 5 changes I'd make if I were starting my career in 2025. Not because what I learned back then was wrong, but because the world has changed. It's not about being perfect. It's about being prepared. If this has helped you, feel free to like the video, subscribe for more, or drop a comment to let me know where you are in your own finance journey. And if you're looking for a structured way to build practical finance skills, check out 365 Financial Analyst. It's everything I wish I had when I was starting out. Thanks for watching, and good luck with whatever step comes next.